Hello. Hello, all you fine, beautiful looking people out there. How is it going? It is I, Lady Ray. What are y'all motherfuckers up to? Today, as you might have guessed from the title, we are doing a review of Aliens. Or not, I'm sorry, not Aliens, Alien, the first movie. One from all the way from 1979. So, I figure, since I'm not currently doing anything work related, I might as well give y'all some movie reviews while I'm just sitting here at home, not really doing nothing, waiting for certain things to happen. But I figure for the next week, I'm gonna try and do one review a day. I'm gonna try and give you guys 7 reviews. Sounds about right. We're starting off with Alien, and let's get into it. I got my notes here in front of me, so I'll probably be scrolling through them a little bit. But I'm gonna briefly talk about my thoughts on the movie, and then I'll go through my notes and see if anything in particular that sticks out to me. So it's a movie that I really enjoy. I've watched it for years. I watched the director's cut, which is different from the theatrical cut. I'm not 100% sure the differences, but I know it's a little bit longer. They added certain things in. I prefer the director's cut. A lot of people prefer the theatrical. It's really just a matter of preference. For whichever one you prefer, you can go look up the differences online. I forget exactly what they are, but that's what it is. It's a bit of a slow burn kind of movie. It starts off really slow, and then it just sort of ramps up the pressure. It just kind of keeps on going up and up and up, and by the end, it's very exciting. It's very fun to sit through. There's a lot of cool things about the movie. The effects are all practical. There is no CG in the movie, considering it's from 1979, and CG wasn't really a thing just yet. I don't believe that really came to prominence until around the late 80s, but I'm not 100% certain about that. All the creature effects, like the eggs and the xenomorph itself, are all practically done. They all look amazing. The xenomorph itself is just a guy in a suit, but the suit is really well designed. It's designed by H.R. Giger, I believe. The movie stars Sigourney Weaver, John Hurt, a few other people. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I didn't write them down, but everybody in the movie who acts in it is great. They all look like they're invested. They all look like they want to be there. They all look like they're actually having a good time with the roles. None of them really feels like they're like phoning it in. The only even minor issue I had with the acting in the movie is the actress who played Lambert. She's a little bit over the top at times, but from what I understand, that's also just kind of, it seems like that might be her genuine personality. It's in the chest burster scene. Apparently, whenever they were filming that, the scene that got used in the movie, that's actually her genuine reaction, her genuine scream in the movie, and I believe it's everyone else's genuine reaction in the movie as well. So that's an interesting little thought to kind of chew on. Everyone else is great though, and even she's not that bad. She's just, well, like I said, a little bit shrill perhaps. Maybe not shrill is the right word, but like, she's got I don't know how to put it. Maybe she is a little shrill. I don't know if that's misogynistic to say. I should know better, frankly, but it doesn't really affect her performance in a super negative way. It's just something that I found mildly irritating. But I mean, that's also kind of common for horror movies with women in them. That's just how it is sometimes, right? No judgment against it. Apologize for the fucking planes going up ahead. The opening title sequence is great. I love the claustrophobic ship environments. A lot of the opening is kind of slow, like I said. The plot of the movie is essentially that they land on an alien planet named LV-428, which is it's actually explored a little bit more in the second movie, but for the time being, all they know about it is that their trip to Earth has been paused, and they are now being given new coordinates to LV-428, and they don't really know why in the first half of the movie. The only thing that they're told is that they're going to LV-428 to retrieve some sort of object that the company wants. And nobody's ever explained why the company needs it. Not in the first movie, anyways. None of it really gets explained. They go to pick up the egg. They encounter the facehugger. Particularly, I believe it's Ash, or not. I'm sorry, not Ash. It's Kane, the crew member. who encounters the facehugger after he stares down right into the fucking egg like a dumbass. But I guess he didn't know. So fair enough, right? Let's see. They listen to the transmission. It sounds pretty cool in the movie. It's all warped and shit. It sounds really like creepy. It's atmospheric. The alien ship is pretty cool looking. I believe it's also designed by H.R. Giger. I could be mistaken about that. I'm not 100% certain, but it resembles his artwork for sure. You see like a giant alien that could potentially have operated the ship in the past, but we don't really get any. Nothing is really explained. It's all just sort of observed as you go through the movie. It's interesting, and it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of questions. But in terms of creating an actual mystery, it looks really cool, and it looks interesting. There's a pretty interesting moment whenever Kane comes back from the ship with the facehugger still on his face. Oh shit. Damn. I'll be doing a meat chair. Shit. Sorry about that, y'all. My chair just decided to break a little bit. There's an interesting little scene where they're attempting to bring Kane back onto the ship, and they try to bring him back on. I'm just gonna leave it there. Fuck it. It's broken. I wasn't really planning for it to break in the middle of this shit, but hey, whatever. Shit happens, right? And Ripley, she attempts to stop them from bringing Kane on board because she doesn't want them to violate the quarantine procedures, which pretty much everybody but her objects to, or they all object to Ripley saying that, except for her. Her and Parker are the only ones who are like, no, he needs to actually quarantine Kane correctly. But for some reason, everyone else decides to break quarantine and let the alien and Kane onto the ship. Ripley calls it out, and she's correct. And everyone proceeds to call her an asshole for some reason. I don't really understand why, because, as we'll find out later, Ripley was in the fucking right the whole time. The facehugger is pretty awesome looking. It's a practical effect. It looks really amazing for the movie that it's in. It looks really well done as an effect. It's pretty creepy. I believe the person that whenever Kane wakes up, he talks about having dreams of being smothered, and the facehugger is even able to provide him oxygen as he's in the movie. So I thought it was interesting. Then we get to the dinner scene with the iconic chest burster scene, which is if you've never seen that scene, I won't dare fucking spoil it. Honestly, you should go watch that for yourself. Go watch that scene blind because it is easily the best scene in the entire movie. It's really well done. I believe the reactions from just about everyone in that scene is genuine because the director did not tell them that they were doing that scene. I believe the only actor who knew was the guy who played Kane, and everyone else was not aware that the chest burst scene was going to happen the way it did. So they were able to get some pretty good reactions out of people because the effect was so well done in person. So that's kind of interesting. Also, you can see the baby xenomorph for a second as it runs across the table, and it's adorable. I thought it was pretty cute. Everyone decides to split up and look for the alien, and which is typical of horror movies of this era. I don't quite get why they wouldn't all look together. It seems like splitting up is an easy way for the alien to potentially pick them off one by one. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say potentially? I should clarify because the alien does exactly that throughout the rest of the movie. Effectively turning the movie into a slasher flick until the final confrontation with Ripley begins. It's pretty. It's a little bit silly in the writing department because you kind of do wonder why they decided to split up. It doesn't really seem to add up, but that's the way they go. The adult xenomorph is really well done. Like I said, I believe it is just a guy in a suit the entire movie, but thankfully for most of the movie, about 80% of the movie, you really don't get a clear shot of what he looks like. So it works well whenever he's actually in the shadows. Whenever you get to see it in full, it kind of looks a little bit silly, but that's really the only problem in this movie. It's not really a problem in any of the other movies. One of my notes is Jonesy is the only eyewitness to Brett's murder, which is correct. If you watch the movie, Jonesy is the only witness to Brett's murder. Ripley and Parker don't actually enter the scene until after he's already dead. So they don't get to see what actually happened. But Jonesy was watching the entire time and even attempted to warn Brett that the alien is right behind it. Another interesting scene. Another really well done scene as well. Ripley then takes charge after Dallas is killed off in the vents after attempting to take down the alien himself. She gets the idea to stick together, and then she separates from the group to go discuss things with Mother, and to find out the true purpose of what's actually going on, and why they were sent to LV-428 in the first place. And Mother reveals that the entire purpose was to bring the alien back to Earth to study it for whatever reason. It's speculated that maybe they wanted it for their weapons division. Who the fuck knows? Spoiler alert, we'll learn what they were actually attempting to do in the second movie. They give a much more specific reason, so just hold your horses a little bit. But they don't reveal the exact purpose in this movie. They just sort of give you like a very generalized kind of reason. Ash and Ripley begin to confront each other. They have a little fight. Ash attempts to murder her, and then everyone else shows up and kills Ash right at the end there, and then they briefly revive him so that they can fucking get any information on how to kill it, which he doesn't really seem to have anyways. He's just like, good luck, motherfuckers, and then they kill him anyways. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool that they reveal that's also the scene where they reveal that he is an android, and you get to see all his like innards, which are pretty sci-fi and cool looking. It's not really like any other android I've seen in other movies. It doesn't like the androids in the Alien movies always have like super unique looking designs. I fucking love it. Everyone else is killed off at the end of the movie after Ripley manages to set up the self-destruct sequence and almost seal her own fate unintentionally. And what I mean by that is that she sets off the self-destruct sequence and then realizes, oh, I fucking forgot Jonesy in the ship. She goes back for him. She then attempts to shut off the self-destruct sequence after realizing that she's probably not going to make it to the escape shuttle, to the escape pod, whatever it's called. She then runs to the escape pod anyways once she realizes that she can't turn off the self-destruct sequence. She runs to the fucking escape pod. She picks up Jonesy. She gets in, and everything's calm. Everything's all good, right? Yep. That's where it ends. Yeah, that's definitely where the movie ends. Sure. All's well that ends well. Well, not quite. There's one more final scene for her to deal with. She decides to strip down to her underwear, and then realizes, like, oh shit, the xenomorph managed to get into the fucking escape pod somehow. And then she realizes, oh fuck, I've got to kill this thing. And she proceeds to get into her spacesuit and then blow it out of the fucking airlock, as she puts it in the next movie. Effectively killing it for good, as she sends it into the void of space. Ripley then proceeds to make her final report and lays asleep in the cryopod with Jonesy, after reflecting on recent events and noting in particular that she is 6 weeks away from the frontier. Yeah. I'll explain in tomorrow's review why that's not the case at all, but it is interesting to know that in the first movie, she notes that she is 6 weeks away from safety, and that hopefully the network will rescue her, in fact. That's pretty much it for the plot synopsis. I love this movie. I thought the effects were really well done. I thought the acting was really well done. I thought the creature effects all look great, except for the xenomorph himself looking a little bit oversized at times. It looks a little bit too much like a man in a suit whenever it's actually like fully on screen. That's pretty much the only complaint I have with the effects. But other than that, I've got no complaints. Trying to think if the music was also really good. Trying to think of what else is actually good. Oh, the set design. The set designs for the ships were all great. They were nice and claustrophobic in the actual ship, and then on the alien ship that they show off on LV-428, it's nice and gigantic, actually. It's pretty fucking huge. And it has a really unique looking design. So those all looked great. Everything about the movie was great. I think overall I would give it around an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. If I could justify giving it closer to... I mean, I probably could justify giving it a 10 out of 10 if I really fucking wanted to. Because it's a movie that I really admire. It is a very slow movie. And if you don't like slow movies, you might... at least for the first third, you might be a little bored. But once you get past that first third and you sort of get used to the movie as it goes on, it gets a lot better. And yeah, it's just it's very nice. It's very fun to watch. Trying to think if there's anything else I didn't cover real quick. I think the last thing I forgot to mention is I like all of the character dynamics. I like how they sort of create like a working class sort of environment for all the people that are on the ship, for all the main humans, including Ash. It really comes across as working class. It doesn't really come across like Star Trek. It just comes across like a bunch of normal people who are all working a job, which I relate to. I like that. But yeah, that's my review of Alien. I intend to keep doing these reviews at least up until next Thursday. I'm planning on doing one a day, and tomorrow you guys will get to see my Aliens review, which is the sequel to this movie, and then I will review what comes next after that. It will not be another Aliens movie or another Alien movie after that. It will be something else, but fear not, because we are also going to be covering Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection during this little marathon that we got going. But I'm giving a little too much away right now. We will cover more tomorrow. I will be back to talk with you guys about Aliens tomorrow, because I've got a lot to say about that one, for sure. Remember, as I always say, the world is in your motherfucking hands. Grab it.